What's up, everybody? It's Kalen Moss and Therian Thacker here, and we are going to actually switch up.
Oh, did you really freeze in the first 10 seconds of the stream? Josh, where are you at? Josh, we need to get this boy a hardline connection for his Mac. Look at him. Face frozen, struggling over there. We got it. We got to get him a hardline, man. He can't survive anymore like this. Honestly, Kalen looks like he is saying grace before he eats his dinner right now. So we're just going to give the man a moment. There, he's back. You've been gone for at least 15 seconds.
Dude, I gotta get speaking of
a hardline connection for your Mac.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Do you happen to know what your hardline is rated at?
No, I have no idea. I don't even know what a hardline connection is, man.
Literally, so you know those blue cables that run from your router to the cable connection, yada yada. So those are RJ cables, and those basically the only things in my house that don't run off of a hard wire are my phones and mobile devices. Everything else. Everything else runs off. Everything else runs off a hard wire. Perfect example, when you go to start hardwiring stuff, and this is a great thing for the entire community, anybody that's listening. So what you want to do is, the best thing to do is buy a switch. Okay? Kayla, can you bring up just a switch for me, like your basic 8-port switch from Best Buy? So we can show everybody what their best friend is going to be at home when they're trying to run multiple devices. This is dude, I've got one of these in each one of my rooms. So basically, yeah, so you run your hard wire from your router into this switch, and then you plug all of your devices in there. Okay, let's say your living room has a plug-in for your stereo receiver, your TV, your Apple TV, whatever devices you have separate. This is what saves you. This is what saves your Wi-Fi, basically. There's no point in putting all your devices on Wi-Fi when you could just have one of these little $20 blocks sitting by your hardwire connection and connecting them all hardwire.
So, what does this need to connect to? The router?
Yeah, so basically, okay, so you know how you have your main router in your house, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that's my router right there. Like literally the first picture that you see right there at the bottom, that's my router. The one with the bat wings on it. Nope, go back one. It's that, so go back to the not pictures. But anyways, it's that one right there. Yep, that's my router. Yep, go ahead and sort by price. And I'll show you why. And I feel like this is great information for everybody. So scroll down. These are there it is, right there at the top. So that's what I use in my house. The one at the very top for $371.99. The only reason I use that is because I have, I think, 23 devices in my house. In between the TVs, Wi-Fi, everything else, but that's my exact device. So this is the device you run a hardwire out of to the room you're trying to allocate, right? Let's say it's your office, Kalen. So you run a hardwire out of the back of this right here to your office. Instead of only running it to one device in that office, you run it to that switch. And then everything in your office that needs an internet connection that's direct can run right off of that port.
So everything has to be connected though through wires. So,
yeah, anything that is stationary, right? So you want to do this to your stationary equipment. Believe it or not, most HD TVs today have an RJ45 connection on them because now TVs are getting updates as fast as laptops.
Right.
So like my Samsung upstairs, even though it's 7-8 years old, it gets updates all the time, man. Like they're constantly pushing updates to it to make it better. So instead of eating up all my Wi-Fi by pushing those updates, I just slap a RJ45 cord about, hold on, let me see, where's my camera? About yay long from my switch to that device in my room. Let's say you got a PS5 in your bedroom. Let's say you have a streaming device in your bedroom. You're just saving your Wi-Fi. Yep. You're just saving your Wi-Fi for that. Okay, that's my rant. That's my rant. I'm done.
I got some questions for you.
Hit me with the questions.
I'll let you give me the lecture. So now I'm gonna ask you the questions.
Yeah, hit me.
You ready, Professor?
Yes, sir.
We have basically a difference in the area that I'm located. So my location of my router is in my closet.
That's fine.
I'm out here in my living room.
Yep.
With this.
Perfect. No problem at all. So can you, in your mind, picture a clean line from that router to where you're working at now in your mind?
A clean, like a wired line, physical?
Like a clean line from that point to this point. I know that you live in basically a place that is controlled by somebody else, but I'm asking you, like, do you have a way to run a clean line from that area to where your workspace is?
No.
That's fine. You know why?
Why?
You're not holding parties at your apartment all the time. Just get a 25-foot RJ cable, run it from that router to your switch, and hook it into your stuff.
I don't think you get it, man. There's like multiple doors involved. Like
that's fine. I actually have a raw cable running from my first floor all the way up to my bedroom, just hung over the banister. And let me tell you why. Because I haven't decided what holes to drill yet, but you don't have the convenience of holes to drill, okay? So guess where we're going to go to find the cord management that you need to make that possible?
Best Buy.
Amazon. Cheap.
So let's see. What do I need to go get?
So you basically need a cord management system to get from that router through whatever, how many doors, whatever it might be, to your spot. Oh gosh, we could go deep down this. This is no, we what we really want is this isn't. You know what's going to happen is when I come to Dallas this year, I'm going to set your stuff up for you, and then we're going to make a video on it. So we're just going to have you record me set up your hard line to your computer at your apartment, so we can go through every step of it. Because I can't obviously diagnose a symptom that I can't be in front of, right?
Right.
But absolutely, dude. This is really the next step. Hardwiring your stationary devices is so key. So key to stability, Zoom meetings, not dropping out in the middle of interviews, whatever it might be.
So when it comes to before all that, do I need to get better, higher speed internet?
I mean, can you? Like, is it regulated in your building?
I mean, I can hit up AT&T and get a higher speed.
I'm just curious. Like, I know that you live in a building, so typically there's a main panel that supplies everybody's spot, right? But before that, first question is, are you allowed to replace the router that you have?
I'm sure I could call AT&T and be like, I bought a router, and they would say.
But is that your modem or is that your router? We got two different pieces of equipment here. So AT&T supplies either a modem or a modem router combo.
Let's see. Modem router combo.
So does it look like that? Like where it has just, do you have one device?
Yeah, just one device.
Okay, so you have a modem router combo. So
Yeah.
essentially you have one device doing two jobs, and it can't handle the workload that you're giving it. That's what's happening.
So should I get one of these little eggs, these Eros?
Oh, unless you got 3 kids and 4 iPads, the only people I know that have those tri-band mesh Wi-Fi systems live in a giant house, dude. Like 3,500 square foot with 3 kids, a wife, everybody's working from home, doing school from home. Nope, you do not
It's
need
the same price as if I was to get all the work
I
done.
get it, but what purpose do you need it for? Do you need it for
faster
speed
internet.
and efficiency, or do you need it to cover a whole house?
Faster.
Yep, that's it. So we're looking for speed, right?
Yeah.
So I guess what we need to do is before we run the next video, I want to send you on a little research mission. Tell me what's in the closet. So you tell me what's in the closet, and then we can build off of that. Because honestly, what's in the closet might not even be the issue. It might be the issue of how it's trying to transmit from that one device.
Okay.
So it's funny, like I have Spectrum, right? And I've got my block here that looks similar to all of these blocks right here. It's sitting right behind my computer. It's got one wire running out of it, and it goes to my basically big router, and that router has 5 wires coming out of it, and it's supplying the 3rd floor, the basement, and the middle floor.
Dang.
With full speed all the time. So you never have stalls, right? It never looks like you're saying grace in the middle of us kicking off the stream. It honestly looked like you had your plate of food in front of you and you were like, I know that you'll have to check that out in the stream review because I was talking about you while you were gone. But one of our friends here, Rosalia, caught a great snippet of you saying grace as we started the stream.
Oh, man.
Okay, so I've taken up 12 minutes of our time here with router and networking. If anybody has any more questions, reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help. Because it's a struggle. It's a struggle. And it all depends on your household, right? It depends on your use, what you're doing with it, what you need to supply. That's really the key to it. Because you don't want to overinvest, right? There's no point in it. You know,
Exactly.
you don't need a router that supports 27 devices if you're only using 3.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right, I'll send you that. I'll send it to you.
All right, let's kick it off, man.
So I figured this.
Yes.
I've been reading this book called The 80-20 Principle. Hold on. I'm just going to pull it up here.
Oh, the old Paritos.
Yes. And I've been reading this book.
Okay.
And just like getting more of an understanding around the idea that maybe I'm doing too much and it's not yielding the desired results.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is like maybe I'm doing some things it's not that they're necessarily the wrong things. They're just not the right things they're not the things that produce the results I'm looking for.
That you need to.
Yeah. So it's like, if you have an ideal desired result outcome that you want, there's probably like, let's say there's 10 things that you do to get to that desired outcome. Really, ultimately, there's only 2 out of those 10 that are probably really pushing the project to get done.
I got you.
And then the rest of the 8 are just like incremental things. They don't, and even if they weren't there, they really wouldn't matter.
Can we break down this list in between nice to haves and neededs?
Exactly.
Yes.
What is needed versus what was just nice to have in there to get the same desired output.
Right.
And so when you start thinking 80-20, you start thinking, maybe I'm just going to focus on the things that really matter the most.
Right.
And make those really, really good. like for example, like they say, whenever you make a YouTube video, it's not about all the crazy effects people think it's about. It's about great quality content and a quality audio. Those are like the two main components to a YouTube video.
They really are.
Because you can be talking about any subject in the world, as long as it's a quality piece of content to the subscriber, to the person who's watching it, it's a quality piece of content.
Yep.
So it's like all the editing and the thumbnail, it didn't make that. Maybe the thumbnail, when it comes to getting attention, the thumbnail and the title are the two biggest things that get people to come to the video.
Absolutely.
It's not the description or the tags. I'm sure the tags play a part and the description plays a part, but like when that thumbnail hits and that title is catchy,
yeah,
nobody can resist it.
I mean, what do we call that? A CTA? Can we define that as almost like a CTA, even for ourselves personally?
Yeah.
A call to action, right? Like this is what we have to get done.
Exactly.
This would be nice, but this is what's really going to qualify what gets us to where we need to get.
Exactly.
Yep.
So like, I see it kind of like the way we are studying. What's up, Josh?
Hey, Josh. What up, family?
So the way I see it is like, we've been studying AmpScript and it's been great. It's been amazing. It's been a fun time. I'm just wondering if we're setting a deadline, like for me, I set a deadline for April 21st to take this exam for the first time.
What, the dev?
Yeah, MC Dev.
Easy peasy, dude. We have nothing to worry about.
April 21st, take this exam and pass this exam. That's my goal. It's my deadline. Now, am I going to pass the first time? I don't know. Here's what I'm going to say. But I'm not even going to say pass the exam. I'm going to say take the exam.
All right. So I remember when we said we were going to pass that CDP exam, right?
Yes.
I do think at this point in time, over the AmpScript that we've covered, the SQL that we've covered, the HTML that we've covered, and the breakdowns that we've started to dive into, that we're in good standings for April 21st.
Yeah.
So actually, we can just make a statement now. Anybody that has come up to this point from the blog or video series, we can say, hey, if you want to go for it on April 21st with us, that's what we're going to aim for.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. Join along with us. See what you get.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can't guarantee anything because we're doing the same process as you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was thinking if I'm thinking Pareto principle style,
right,
the only things to focus on, bro, are these things right here. If we're really being serious. Like I'm even thinking about the trail mix right now.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if the trail mix is even necessary.
I mean,
because I'm personally
let's be honest here. When we say developer, what we're really saying is a recipe of admin meets email specialist, and then if we add in the theory part of it, we talk about consultant. With, I would call it a light seasoning of coding over the top, like basically understanding the roots of what we're talking about from a coding aspect. But how many of those sections that we covered they want us to be able to discuss the theory behind the solutions that we're offering? So I know that Salesforce Marketing Cloud doesn't have an architect certification, but I would say developer is a cumulative area where it's the next step to solution architect, because you're not a hard coder. You're not just dealing with the business. You're really filling in as a program, project, Scrum, Agile, Kanban medium in between teams most
Yeah.
of the time. Yep.
The only thing separating a developer from a technical architect or solution architect is
Years of coding.
it's really just what's your ability to talk with clients.
That really is. I mean, honestly, if you can break down code in front of clients and basically just tell them the layman's terms, like this information and data you've given me is only going to produce this result for you, no matter what I do to it. So either we go back to the drawing table to collect better data, safer data for me to get the result that you're looking for, or you're only going to get a partial result that I can provide for you with what I have. Because what's the root of everything? Data, right? Data. If we didn't have data, we wouldn't have jobs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what I'm thinking here is like, if we're really breaking it down to the most important stuff, then ultimately, I think practice exam questions.
Yes.
Plus this pacing guide is all you really need.
Absolutely. I think that's all you need. And then let's discuss as we kind of step into the realm of mock questions for the exam. The biggest part we want to do is because everybody that's listening to this knows there's a bevy of areas for mock exam questions and things that have been collected from people taking it. But what is really important is when you vet those questions and answers, and that's how you really get to the bottom of what you might see or what you might be facing.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
And we've seen that firsthand. We have seen that firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I'm thinking now, you see how if we're breaking this down at the most important sections of the exam, we have programmatic languages is the top number one lesson.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So I'm like, that's the thing we should focus on first.
It is.
And then APIs and then data management, because those are the top three most important.
So programmatic languages is definitely our setup from the admin side. I mean, we're 3% off, right?
Yeah.
That's a huge chunk right there.
Yeah, it is. So,
and I want both of us to remember, and everybody that's listening to remember, is the fact we're going to get hit with technical, but we're also going to get hit with theoretical.
Yeah.
Yep. Because you know how Salesforce does. Oh, they like throwing out a paragraph as your question, and there's really only one sentence in that paragraph that matters. Out of all of the stipulations and concerns they've given you, there's only really one point in that paragraph that matters.
Yeah.
Yep. And what I have heard from the people that have passed the developer test is the fact that that is critical. Knowing that one fact of what deciphers what the customer wants at the end is truly how you succeed in this exam.
Yep.
Yep.
So what do you think? Going through these? Yeah, I
really think we should. I mean, this is the heaviest lifting of the exam.
Right here's fun AMP script syntax guide.
There it is.
Breaking this down. Use the info in this doc to correctly form AMP script function calls, declare variables and values, and reference AMP script keywords.
As we go through these, let's not just discuss the technical side. Let's discuss how we might use some of these calls in the real world.
Yeah.
Not just for everybody listening, but for ourselves, dude.
Yes.
We need to know. We need to know.
And if we look at this, it is function calls.
Mm-hmm.
It's language
elements. Yep.
So call the AMP script at the location in the email message, landing page, or SMS message where you want the results of the script to appear. Language elements. It uses constants, attributes, and data
Data
extension
extensions.
words.
Yep.
Constants are numeric and string constants. Numeric constants have an unquoted set of numerals, can
Include
include one decimal
negatives.
point, a negative sign.
They cannot contain commas.
String constants must
Yep.
use double or single quotes.
Boolean constant values, which of course are true, false, true, false. I mean, so by constants, we just know this is always going to be a definitive split.
This is by constants. It's like we know this is always a number.
It's always going to be the way that it is.
We know
It's
this is a
constantly
string.
going to be that thing.
Yep.
A string was always going to be that. A Boolean is always going to be true, false, capital, lowercase.
And then functions and scripts reference subscriber attributes, email attributes, and data extension column values as unquoted strings. So if the attribute, data extension, column, table, or relationship name includes a space or special character enclosed, so you can literally just call an attribute from a data extension right there.
There it is.
Additional email attributes within the email and use them in substitutions or as parameters. The marketing cloud must enable use of additional emails for your account.
And what did Josh say? Whenever I hear call at the end of something, I immediately think API calls, laughing out loud, especially in SFMC.
Yes. I know. AMScript function calls. Yeah.
Yep.
Keywords, you can declare, initialize, and modify variables in a script. So right here, script statements can reference variables. A variable declaration consists of the keyword var followed by one or more comma delimited variable names.
Right.
Must begin with an @ sign.
Which we very well know. We're just naming and setting.
Can't use spaces or commas.
Right.
A variable assignment consists of the keyword set followed by the variable name equal sign and then the value. Set variable equal to that value. Declaring a variable with the var adds an entry to the variable's dictionary with the variable name as the key and null as the value.
Okay, so basically, if an entry for that name already exists, we're going to get back a null result, right? If you use the variable to control a for loop and attempt to declare it will result in a validation or runtime error. And we're just talking about duplicates. So if we've already named a variable and we try to name it again, it's like, oh, listen, you already did that.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, these are great key terms here for anybody that's reading code as a part of an interview. Equals is equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than. And I think me and you are already becoming acclimated to this, so we take these for granted because we already know.
Yeah.
And we have absolutely use join operators to combine multiple conditions and or of course not reverses the Boolean expression. So
not Boolean false would mean true.
Yeah, if not false would mean true. Yep. So if equals blank, return true, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
If
Control
condition
using parentheses. Using if syntax to perform conditional processing.
Oh, here we go. If, use the if statement to perform conditional processing. Else if, use the else if statement to perform conditional processing. Multiple else if statements can appear within an if block. Else, Use the else statement to perform conditional processing. Only one else statement can appear within an if block. And then end if. Use the end if statement to end an if block. Only one end if statement must appear at the end of an if block.
It allows the conditional execution of any
Mhm.
content within the if block depending on the logic expression it contains. If statements may nest within if statements.
If statements.
So then we have if this expression equals this expression, then this happens. Else if this equals this, then this happens. Else do this in the if statement.
Yep. Conditions. They're all conditions.
Yep. The optional can appear.
And I just don't want to ever overcomplicate the word condition here. I mean, we're basically saying here, if it's raining outside, bring an umbrella. If it's snowing outside, put on your long johns. Else, if it's sunny outside, you don't have to do any of those things.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's really what it's saying.
That's it. That is literally it.
It's a weather forecast.
Is making life so easy.
It is.
And then after else, only one can end after the can come after the after the if and all else if statements and before the end if to define default behavior if none of the preceding conditions evaluates true. You can use multiple conditions or an if for an if or else if statement. Join these conditions with the and or keywords and group them by parentheses to control the order of evaluation. The not keyword can be used to reverse the evaluation. Or and not or okay. Expressions can include any of the input types, constants, variables, attributes, and data values, function calls. If the call does not include the comparison operator and second expression, the system assumes an equal operator with the comparison value of true. If not empty, then, oh, okay.
Yep, it's breaking down the intricacies of what.
If the call does not include the comparison operator and second expression. Assumes an equal operator with the comparison
value of true.
I don't really like how they explain it.
I mean, it really is ugly. I mean, they're saying if not empty, the expression we've given it as our, as our constraint here, then do this, and it assumes that the operator is already true.
What does this mean? I guess.
So if the call does not include the comparison operator and second expression, so basically if we haven't given it an expression to evaluate, then the system automatically assumes that the equal operator is a comparison value of true. So basically we've said, if it is not raining, wear your shorts. So it's it's a if it isn't expression, then do this. So if the call does not include the comparison with the second expression, right? If you're heading outdoors and we're comparing that to this expression, the system automatically and it's not true. If it's true, then it automatically sees it as true. I know that's hard to explain. It's hard to break that down into layman's terms. It really, it's ugly, but it's simple. Because you're right. They don't break it down the best way. You need somebody that can take it and flip it around to, a layman's terms expression.
Yeah. Hey. It's crazy how much it takes to explain just 5 words.
Listen, trying to explain the technical to a stakeholder or C-level or C-suite individual it's a position. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if we really, really want to break it down, I was standing at Geek Squad back in the day on a Sunday, and I've got eight of our grandmas in there waiting in line for me to troubleshoot their computers and transfer their grandkids' photos over to the computers. Like, I mean, to explain these things to them, and we're all guilty of this. There's nobody in the audience that isn't guilty of this, where you instantly kind of get this little bit of frustration because you understand technology, where you just take it out of their hands and you do it yourself. But we live in a world where when we're speaking to stakeholders and we're speaking about business requirements and to the business, like we don't have the option to just rip the computer out of their hands and do it for them and then hand it back. Like, hey, grandkids are on your computer. You are good to go. USB drive has been transferred. Have a great Sunday. You know what I mean? Right. So to do this is very tough. It's very tough. It's like explaining a fishing knot to somebody that's never been fishing. Like, why would I double hoop it? Why would I do this? Why would I go back in and out of this? Oh, so you don't lose your fish, right? But here, it's much tougher, because what we're saying is we don't want to lose our customer. We want to make sure what you've told us to execute doesn't lose anything, and we need to explain to you why it's not going to lose anything. But it also gives us the open agenda to say, hey, what you gave us, it ain't looking the best. So we're trying to do what we can out of what you've collected.
Dang.
I mean, the Northern Trail Outfitters' biggest scheme that they talk about, and I love this one, is that somebody's at an expo show and they're collecting just raw forms at the expo show, right? And they're just getting dumped into Marketing Cloud, no matter what people filled out, right? Just bits of information, like maybe they filled in their email, maybe they didn't fill in their phone number, maybe they filled in their full name, maybe they gave us a fake name. We never know what we're actually collecting until we break down the data and we try to create these SINs to connect with the customers that we've collected from, let's just call it a trade show for whatever, the Electronic Consumers Trade Show, right? E3, one of the biggest electronics trade shows in America. We're trying to collect everybody that stopped by our booth, and all that's getting pumped into our Salesforce Marketing Cloud. How many people do you think filled out that iPad the right way, right? Or just did botched information? You know what I mean?
Right. Like even just spelling their first name.
So, I mean, yeah, even spelling their first name, because here you are, you've got this form, and maybe they missed a letter, and all of a sudden you're sending out an email to Tyrion Tacker, that's interested in your cloud products, and his email from you misspells his first name right off the bat. He's like, man, I don't want to deal with this company. They can't even get my name right. But it was actually your fault to begin with, because you're on the iPad at the booth filling out everything, and you miss a letter. So you don't even know. It's a mess. It really is a mess. If you think about the intricacies of it, it's a mess. Yeah. That's why the required fields are so important, right?
Yes. Yes, so important.
If I'm creating stuff, there's going to be way more than average required fields, because I have to deal with that data once it's collected, right? Who else is dealing with it? You going to deal with it? Like, oh no, Triple T is sending me over horrible data again. I already know it's coming along with an email that describes to me why the data is broken.
Oh my gosh, that's how it is though, man.
It really is. I mean, let's be logistically reasonable about what we're doing, right? Nothing is going to be perfect. None of these things are going to be perfect. We can't just output the now here and output perfect strings. The first thing we're going to have to deal with to get it to this point is making sure that we have the right things to put in these keywords.
Yeah.
Yep. I love how we're back to the CRLF, which is where we understood how desperate the carriage return, aka enter button is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That output line.
Yeah, output line.
it's so interesting. Just knowing the difference between output and output line.
It's a huge difference, right? Huge difference. Who would have ever guessed that 4-letter word would change it that much? It's wild. What did Josh say? That Python knowledge coming in clutch. That's for you, Kalen. That's for you.
Oh, that
was for you, bro.
Clutch, bro. I'm telling you, dude. I missed the past couple of days. I need to get back onto that Python, that Mimo.
Oh, let me tell you what. Once this week finishes up, I'm about to find you on Mimo and just start tracking you down. You're gonna have to get those achievements. I'm gonna be chasing you.
Oh my gosh! You better put in the work, man. Because
I'm going to. You know. Once this responsibility is over, the work is coming.
Oh snap! But yeah, man, this is what I'm gonna go through.
Let's do it.
So like on my off time, I'm gonna just be going through this and like just
Right.
reading through it. 20, 30 minutes a day. See what I start learning.
Yep.
Want to kind of see if I can like just hone in directly on what's going to be on the exam,
Right.
So mock exams.
Yeah.
If I can find any mock exam questions.
Let's just be honest. We're going to go find some mock exam questions. And then you know what we might do? And I think this would be a great thing for everybody. We're going to just vet them live.
Yeah.
I think that would be an awesome, awesome stream. Josh, I know you're here. What do you think about that? You think about vetting mock exam questions live for the developer exam that we've come across and breaking them down? I'm going to give him a minute to reply. I texted him like, yo, you need to get in here. This is an important one.
Oh my goodness, man. I love it.
I love it.
Dude, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, even if we get through 5 questions a session.
Yeah.
I think that's super fair.
I don't know if we will. These mugs might be tough.
Listen, I mean, we've been through the gambit already, so we know all the intricacies here. We know all of it. Hey, what up, Drew? Is this for MC admin or developer certification? It's a mixture of both. Basically, because it covers, I mean, for the most part, developer, admin to email specialist is all residing in the same recipe. It's really what you want at the end of it. And we'll just say developer is, we're getting closer to that 5-star restaurant experience. We've gotten the admin, we've gotten the email specialist, and now we're intertwining those two together with developer to basically bring those technical terms to clients and stakeholders. And that's where we're at right now, Drew.
Yeah. But this is for the Marketing Cloud Developer Cert.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is. And we're on this trail together. What was our date that we set? April 21st.
April 21st.
Man.
April 21st. So yeah, man, I'm going to be going through, you have the pacing guide, don't you?
So it's March 8th, right?
Yeah, it's March 8th.
We got a lot of mock questions to cover before we get there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mock questions and the pacing guide right here.
Right.
To help make sure we're studying the right stuff.
Hey, Drew, what are you studying for? Are you studying for admin or developer right now? If you're still there, buddy.
But yeah, man.
Yep.
And I'm getting a lag of everybody's responses.
I actually just got a lag on that response, and that's only because of StreamYard. It's definitely not because of me.
Hey, my StreamYard is running better off of my personal hotspot than my own Wi-Fi.
We have an issue at your apartment that we need to address. Yeah.
We have to, man.
Oh, he said, I have my admin coming up April 14th.
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean, Drew, I'm guessing you've been in the minute admin layout then? Like getting through the course, getting prepared? We'll give him a minute. We'll give him a minute to respond. But yeah, dude. Absolutely. I think we need to come together before the weekend and dig up some mock questions, no matter where they might come from, and we'll just either prove them wrong or prove them right.
Exactly.
I think that's a great way to do it. But thinking about future search as well and what I'll need to learn. No, I'm still looking for study prep. Kalen, please.
Dude.
Please, Drew. Drew, stop.
We got you, bro.
We got you, dude. Kalen, hit him with it.
We got to get you on this, bro. Just go
hit him with it. Drew, no more trailheads. We got you the rest of the way, man.
Right there.
Kaylin's sharing it right now. Come on in. Get that. What'd you say? April 14th? Oh, no way, dude. More like March 21st. How's that sound? Let's just reduce that date once you get through this program.
Yes, sir.
Yep, absolutely. That's how I feel about it.
Go in there and get it, man. It's yours for the taking.
It is absolutely yours for the taking, and anybody else that's listening, just get the admin done. Oh, hit me with it, my boys. Let's go. Let's go, Drew. We got you in now, baby. We got you in now.
Hey, be sure to share with everybody you know for right now, because I don't know when this thing is going down. I might be taking it down soon to revamp it.
Yep. Share with everybody you can before we reface it all.
You guys, this is actually the first sort of countdown that I'm giving everybody, because I'm thinking about taking it down so I can go with the full revamp, come out completely overpowered for the next one. And everybody who's in it is locked in. Everybody who didn't get signed up, hey, you're gonna have to wait for version 2.
I mean, Josh just said you got this, Drew. Josh, what do you think about the program?
And the program already has a easily. We're not going to say a pass.
We don't even need to get into it.
But yeah,
if I would have had this program, oh my goodness, man, what a game changer it would have been at the time. Yep.
Yeah, man.
What a game changer it would have been at the time.
Anybody who needs it, because like I said, I'm going to be sending a couple of emails out here soon that it might be coming down.
Yep.
Because we're getting great feedback, but we got to make the course better. And when version 2 comes out, man.
Woo! Because guess what? Version 2 coming out from 2 developers. That's what version 2 is going to look like.
To be crazy.
Oh, it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous. We're going to hit them with all them pastel colors just for Kalen, too.
Oh, my God. Like Easter.
Looking like Easter up in there, baby.
Bro. Hey.
All right, man. Hey, great stream.
Yes.
I love hitting it with the later hours. We got Drew in here. Of course, Josh is always here, our boy, you know.
Yes,
Goodness.
sir.
Yep, absolutely.
Hey, appreciate everybody. If you like this video, hit that like button.
Yes.
Hit the subscribe button. Make sure to turn on post notifications too, because we're going live every single day. And we got a testimonial here from Josh. He absolutely loves the program. He doesn't want to inflate egos, but
look what he said.
Some heads deserve to be inflated.
The chef's kiss.
Program is chef's kiss.
Yes, boy. Let's go. Gordon Ramsay kiss. Perfection, dude. Hell's Kitchen got nothing on this. Love it. But I also want to tell everybody, if you're listening, feel free to reach out to either one of us. We'll get to you as soon as we can. We'll do everything we can to help you on your journey. And don't be scared to share the post anywhere you want to share it. No matter what social medium you use, share it up. Come bring everybody into us. You know, we're just here sharing our journey with everybody else.
And also just as a reminder, if you haven't joined the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. We answer all your Marketing Cloud questions. There's no scammy posts. There's no we're trying to sell you anything. It's just people really in Marketing Cloud trying to help each other out, trying to answer the questions, and trying to basically solve problems.
Absolutely.
And none of that spamming or anything like that. We don't let anybody come in and do any of that. So every
That's
post
right.
is pre-approved, and we just make sure to keep this the highest quality marketing cloud community group. So if
For
you
sure.
can't get in touch with Therian or I, come join the group
Yep.
and answer the community questions to get joined in. And we will
Josh
see
said
everybody from there.
TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all of them. All
Yep.
of them. That's right, buddy. All of them. Give it to us.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Hey, Kalen, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for hopping on later in the evening.
Yes, sir. Thank
Always.
you. I appreciate you for doing it.
For sure. And
All right,
Minute Admin
Timothy.
out.
Minute Admin out. See you,
Yep.
everyone.
I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later.
Later.